Alright, so this problem says 1800 watt toaster, a 1400 watt speaker, and a 75 watt lamp are plugged into the same outlet in a 15 amp fuse and a 120 volt circuit. The three devices are in parallel when plugged into the same socket. What current is drawn by each device? Which will this combination blow the 15 amp fuse? Okay, so since we're doing DC circuits, this is actually an AC circuit, but we'll just treat this as a DC circuit. Okay, so here's the toaster, here's the speaker, and here's the lamp. So toaster, speaker, lamp. Okay. And I guess we might have mentioned this. Every device in your house is connected in parallel to the outlets, to the power source. Okay. And why do we choose parallel connection? Why do we connect everything in parallel? You see the same voltage, and if this one device goes bad, all the rest can still function. Okay? This is how houses are connected to power lines as well. If one house burns down, that doesn't mean the rest of the world cannot live. Okay? So that's why we do parallel connection. Okay. Now here's the deal with parallel connection. Let's say this thing is drawing 10 amps. This thing is drawing 5 amps, and this thing is drawing 3 amps. The current flowing through this is 18 amps, and that's what's splitting up. And if this wire is not able to handle 18 amps, that wire would burn down, and then you have a problem. So that's where you put a fuse. Okay? The fuse would burn down before the wire. You don't want wires burning down. Okay, so that's the point of the problem. All right. So here's the toaster. All right, so this is 120 volts. Okay, so what current is drawn in each? Power of the toaster is I square R. Oops. No, that's not, that won't work. V time I. Okay. The voltage seen is 120 volts. So the current in the toaster is power of the toaster divided by V. (1800 watts) divided by 120 volts. Okay, 2, 3, 30, 15 amps. Okay, so the toaster current is 15 amps. Similarly, the speaker current is power of the speaker divided by voltage, which is 1400 watts divided by 120 volts. (11.7 amps). Okay. And the lamp current is 0.625 amps. Okay, so what they tell you is are plugged into the same outlet in a 15 amp fuse, and so here's a 15 amp fuse. So why do you put a 15 amp fuse there? What you're saying is you don't want more than a 15 amp current to go in that wire. If you have a current more than 15 amp, that would burn that wire. and then you're not going to break down all your walls to fix that. Okay. So now you can see that if you just use the toaster, it will barely function. You use the combination of, you can use the speaker and lamp combination. You can use these two at the same time and there's no danger of the fuse burning. You use the toaster and anything else at the same time, the fuse will definitely burn. Okay, so that's the point. Yep. Yeah, so each of those devices, not all those devices together, hopefully are not blowing the fuse. So if this is a 15 amp fuse, 1 amp, 1 amp, 1 amp, you can use 15 of those. Okay. All right.